Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Skip, aka Skip and Tosh, here of the Sactown Breakdown. And yeah, I'm a little behind. I'm a little behind, but a lot was happening. A lot was happening, a lot of life going on, a lot of kangs going on. And I had to come back to fill you guys in on my thoughts. Of course, for the Sacramento Kings loss to the Utah Jazz 123-105. And in the midst of that, this was the game that was Luke Walton's last stand. So we're going to talk about Luke Walton's last stand as well. And then we will preview the next game that happened. Actually, we won't preview that one. We'll wait because we already know what happened with that game too. But again, your boy Skip, aka Skip and Tosh here of the Sactown Breakdown. If you're new here, welcome. This is a place where we break down Sacramento Kings news, Stockton Kings news, Sacramento Kings Guard gaming, all of that. So if those are type of conversations, interactions that you're looking to get into, this is a great place to have that here in the comments. We got a Discord servers. We are online on Twitter. We are live on Twitch at times. So make sure that you check us out on all those places. Links are, of course, below in the description. And if you have been here before, welcome back. Good to have you back to the kingdom for another episode of Kangs. The saga continues. Before we dive into the breakdown, quick bit of housekeeping. If you are looking for an office chair, if you're looking for a gaming chair, Tabu Ohana got your back. Right now, up to 45% discount on select chairs on the website, tabuohana.com, TABUOHANA.com. If you put in my discount code, SKIPTC, SKIPTC, get an additional $40 off of your order when you put that in at checkout. So SKIPTC, tabuohana.com, get yourself a chair, up to 45% discount on select chairs. I looked at the prices and I almost didn't believe it because I have been on that site obviously many times over my time partnering with Tabu Ohana chairs, and I've never seen the chairs that affordable. Like the Charlie is only $10. That's the top of the line chair. It's only $10 more than the Bravo, which is right below it. So I got myself a Bravo and I love it. You can see it right here. Got this comfortable neck pillow, leather embroidering in the headrest, the dope Tabu Ohana emblem on the back of the chair, which looks like this thing right here, but just blown up. But I was like, dang, for these prices, I might upgrade myself. I don't know. Might need to talk to my reps first. Anyhow, Tabu Ohana got your back. Don't apologize. Be yourself. Also, shout out to... I got it all wrong again this time. Computer Booter. I got to remember whatever side I think it is, do the opposite. Computer Booter out here in Sacramento, California. Carmichael, to be specific, if you're looking for a gaming lounge, if you're looking for electronics repair, if you are looking for a dope place to get like merch, retro games, GameCube controllers, Retron consoles to play your old consoles. They sell games there, old and new. Definitely check out Computer Booter in Carmichael, California. Sacramento area. Go check it out. Great place to hang out. Dave is amazing. Give him a call. Pick a time to go in for a quote. He's fixed stuff that I don't even think he said he's fixed before, but the man is just a genius. All right. So that's a bunch of good news and that's a bunch of good stuff. But then we get to the Sacramento Kings. Oh my goodness, y'all. I mean, did any of us even expect to win this game to begin with? I know we didn't, but still would have been nice, wouldn't it have? All right, 123-105. Donovan Mitchell did us in. We kind of did ourselves in a little bit too. Let's go ahead and look at a breakdown of the game. So Bojan Bogdanovic ended up with 10 points. Royce O'Neal ended up with 9. Rudy Gobert all over our heads. 14 rebounds, 21 points in his 30 minutes. Donovan Mitchell in his 32 minutes, had 26 and 5 assists. Mike Conley did us in, 17 points. He shot crazy from 3. Yeah, he was 3 of 4 from 3, so he shot 75%. Donovan Mitchell was 3 of 7. He shot 42.9, basically 43. Whiteside came in 17 minutes. He had 10 rebounds. And he had 10 assists, so he got his double-double. Got his 2K rating up on us. Thanks. Joe Ingles, in his 23 minutes, had 9 points. Jordan Clarkson doing a 6-man of the year type thing with 16 points. Rudy Gay has 7, Mr. Basketball Hell himself. You guys, if you see me on Twitter and you notice that anytime someone's talking about the Kings and something bad, if you see me put Basketball Hell with that Rudy Gay staring gif, I don't know if you remember or not, but George Karl came out with that book about his coaching career in general. But of course, he talked about his time with this terrible time with the Sacramento Kings, and he talked about when he got there, Rudy Gay, said to him, welcome to basketball hell. So if you see me, because it's going to keep coming up. Sometimes I just randomly retweet it just to let y'all know, as if y'all didn't know. This is basketball hell. And it's going to be like that until these Kings turn it into basketball heaven, because we are definitely angels of fans. If you ask me personally, how loyal we've been to this team and how terrible this franchise has been. Anywho, Mr. Rudy Gay himself, Rudy Basketball Hell Gay, 17 minutes, had 11 points. So 11 points from Rudy Gay on us. And then you had a few other players play. Shout out to Eric Pascal, who pretty much got no playing time. But, Coach V, a.k.a. Ramon Villalobos, the homie, shout out to the most hated Warriors fan there is out there. But his homie, he loved Eric Pascal. And he played 2 minutes, bruh, and he ain't do nothing. But neither did my Kings. Actually, I guess we should scroll back down to the Kings. So Harrison Barnes in his 35 minutes had 18 points, 8 rebounds. Chimezie Metu started 7 points, had 3 rebounds. Rashawn Holmes ended up having 22 points, 7 rebounds. Tyrese Halliburton had 17 with 2 assists. De'Aaron Fox in his 32 minutes had 13 with 3 assists. Buddy Hield in his 30 minutes had 16, and he shot 3 of 8 from 3, which ended up being 37%. Alex Lynn actually played. Luke Walton played him. He had 12 minutes. He had 5 points, but he had 7 rebounds in just that time. Davion Mitchell played 16 minutes. He had 6 points. He shot 1 of 4 from 3. We're going to be talking about that. Maurice Harkless played 19 minutes, and he scored 1 point. Had 2 steals, 2 assists, 2 rebounds. And Damian Jones came in for 2 minutes, and so did Jemias Ramsey, and there's no consequence. Marvin Bagley did not play. Neither did Terrence Davis. Tristan Thompson did not play. And, of course, someone who I really want to turn into an incredible player, Robert Woodard II. My boy Bobby Wood, Bobby the Body. He did not play, though he was called up from the Stockton Kings. Sacramento Kings, let's take a look at the team now. So, now this is including the Toronto Raptors game as well. So we would have been 6-11 at this time. I think we were still 12th in the rest, but instead we are 6-12, and we are 12th in the West. Our points per game, at this point, this does include the Raptors game now, but 13th in the league at 108. So we went from top 5. Well, we were from top 3 to top 5, top 7, and now we're in 13th. But there were a lot of teams that were around that 110, 109 marker. So that's why, even though we've only dropped 3 points per game in our overall total, and really, let's mind you, we are still being propped up by that 140-point game that we had against Charlotte. So really, if we didn't have that crazy game, we would have already been lower. But that us and Boston still hold the highest scoring total output for the season so far at 140 points. We're both tied. But rebounds, we're currently at 44.7 rebounds per game. Assists, we're 23rd in the league at 22, and an opponent's points scored, we are 25th in the league still at 110. So, of course, that equals the losing record that we have, even if it's just in the slightest. Fox Watch, of course, this does incorporate, like I said, the Raptors game. Keep that in mind. But Fox has currently dipped to 19.9, so he is under that 20 points per game right now. These new rule changes are affecting him massively, along with his inability to consistently shoot the 3. He's down to 5 assists per game. Now, some of that is other players not completing some of the dimes that he drops off to him, which aren't all the best passes, but quite a few of them have been really good playmaking. It's just guys aren't, haven't been finishing. So that's part of what drops Fox down. We are going to go look at his 3-point percentage. It has been rising. He was at 23%. Now he's at 24.4. So his 3-point percentage is horrible. But at one point in time, it was 17%. So it is going up. The shot is continuing to fall. It's still nowhere near where we need it to be. Of course, just even if we could get it to another 10% up. At 34, I'd be feeling good about it. Hell, 33. I would take 33 even. But you can see 32.2 is the highest he's ever gotten, minus his second season where he wasn't really shooting it that much anyway. He was only attempting 2.9 a game and making 1.1. So I'm not really going to put all that much on that. But once we get up to around, see, even the third season, he was putting up basically 4 attempts per game and making 1, and he was 29%. Following season, he was putting up 5.5 a game and making 1.8, so he got up to 32. So 34 would be progress. Where we would really need him to be is like 36, at least 37. If he gets a 36% per game, or total, then we're winning more games. But when you're at 32 and you're a point guard, like that's not going to get it done. And he's attempting. He started to slow him down. He was attempting more last season. He started to slow him down where I wanted to be. I wanted him to get about 4 attempts, no more. And he's I think he's seeing that, because if it's only 4 attempts per game, then you only got to make you can make one game, and then you can make 2 another game, and then that's going to take, steadily your percentage will go up, because you don't have to make as many for your percentage to go up. Plus, it's just efficient overall for us. We're not just giving away possessions. So that's the Fox Watch. Let's go over to the Reese Watch. Tyrese, man, as much as I love this guy, I love his game so much, but it sucks because 12 points is just nowhere near acceptable. Nowhere close to acceptable is 12 points per game from our starting shooting guard, who can actually shoot, just doesn't shoot enough. So this is just not getting it done. Same thing with him. These 5 assists per game, he's still making high IQ plays that just not everybody is always ready for. So some of them result in, missed shots, or even here and there a few turnovers. But he's so good at them at the same time, you don't really want to discourage him. It's just the rest of the guys got to catch up. So I'm not going to knock Tyrese for that, but he has to be more aggressive on shooting. He still is having trouble being consistently using his screens. He'll get them and he'll even get re-screens, and just kind of he doesn't dribble always in the right direction. He will have the guy on one side, and for whatever reason, will cross over and then cross back over and then go to the side that the guy got screened on. And I'm like, this isn't 2K. Guys aren't getting sucked into screens, because of the brick wall badge. It's not, you can't go and, and their animation is all messed up and you go back up the other way. This is the NBA. This is for real. Guys recover faster from screens, even big screens. Guys can recover pretty fast. So you just got to use the space that was created for you and just try to make something happen from there. He can pull up for the midi. I want to see him shoot the midi more. He's got a nice midi. He's got a nice floater, and he can shoot the 3. He just needs to sometimes make the simple play. And I do think, if I give Alvin Gentry one thing, I do think that Alvin Gentry having the even more up-tempo offense, telling guys you got to make a decision in 0.5 seconds because anything else is too long. By that time, the defense has recovered. So that's going to make Tyrese have to make a quicker decision and not second guess and not always look to play make. He's going to have to create that space, get the floater up, create that space, get the midi up, create that space, get the shot behind the arc up. And he is such a high IQ player. The pressure applied and the time that he has to read and react is actually going to make him better. So I will give Alvin Gentry that. I think Tyrese's time under Alvin Gentry's head coaching tutelage is going to turn him into more of an aggressive threat, because you have to make a decision. You can't be indecisive in 0.5 seconds. If you are, then you really hurt the team. You screwed up. So pressure makes diamonds. I think it's going to happen for him. Now, right now, Tyrese has been missing threes, so his 3-point percentage is coming down. Right now, he's at 37.7, basically 38%. Missing some free throws too. Not getting to the line a whole lot though. Excuse me. He is at 80%. So 80%. I'm fine with. I would like it up to 85 like previous season, but I'm fine with that for right now. And 73%, I'm still fine with that. He just needs to start knocking them down a little bit more, and him not second guessing is going to help with that. So that's the Reese Watch. Again, Sacramento Kings fall to the Utah Jazz, 105-123. Yeah, Luke Walton's last stand. And let's go to the purple mic because that's just what it is. Luke Walton's last stand. The writing was on the wall. The writing was on the Walton. And we all knew it was coming. So it's really no big surprise that it happened. I think like most people, and I'm in that club. I never wanted Luke to begin with, and I said we should get rid of him at the end of last season. 2 9-game losing streaks should have really shown you everything that you needed to know if you're Monty McNair. The only reason why I think he didn't do it is because he didn't have the autonomy at the time to do it. So I want to take an opportunity and say shout out to the fans and congratulations. Everybody that took signs to the game to get Luke Walton out of here, everybody that was chanting it, everybody that was shouting, everybody that stopped going to the game, your voice was heard by ownership. You voted with your wallets. You voted with your voice, your influence, and we were heard. And after essentially petitioning for Luke Walton to be out of here and for us to begin to have a better product on the floor, he got out of there. And Monty McNair had a press conference, and I think it was James Ham that really pressed him on the first question. And Monty McNair kind of skirted it a little bit, and it was like, what was the decision? And maybe it was Jason Anderson, but I'm pretty sure it was James Ham. What went into the decision of getting rid of Luke now versus getting rid of Luke during the off season? And Monty McNair kind of skirted it. And I'll tell you why he skirted it. He didn't skirt it because it was just a GM moved thing to say. I think that he didn't have the autonomy at the time. Either that or like he said, he really felt like Luke was his guy for right now. But when Vivek, when the front office, when ownership began to see the numbers of the declining attendance and heard the boos for the team, when Luke Walton came out, when they called his name at the beginning of games and people booed him when they announced the team and announced the coach, when people were putting signs up at the post game for NBC Sports, and Morgan Reagan and Kyle Draper and Kenny Thomas and all of those guys had to hear fans from behind them, and fans weren't saying at them. And Morgan Reagan acknowledged that. Shout out to Mo. Mo's the homie. Mo knew that, but we were using our voice to put it into the mainstream media where all other Kings fans can hear, the whole nation could hear. It could be retweeted, it could be shared on social media. It got out, it got big, it grew legs, and it made a difference. And that really was the nail in the coffin for Luke Walton. And I know they had decided that on the game before. Who do we play before? Because it was a back-to-back. I'm sorry. The Raptors game came next, and he got fired after the Raptors game. I think they just didn't want to fire him on a back-to-back, but I think the writing was pretty much on the wall. And I know James Ham, they came up because James Ham was talking to KC and D'Lo, and it was like, what if Luke Walton would have won that Raptors game? Would it have made a difference? And as if that game was a deciding factor, but I think it was already decided before then. I think the Jazz game really decided it, and I think the Raptors game just kind of sealed it. They just weren't going to fire him on a back-to-back because that's too soon. At least after the Raptors game, they had Sunday to announce it, and then they had a practice early Monday. So the team could hear it, the team could practice under Alvin, and then we go into the Philadelphia game that just passed on Monday. So, I think that's pretty much how it went down in my personal opinion. I think Luke was already gone, but I think it was that particular thing that really sealed the deal. Oh, I'm sorry, actually, it's the other way around. It was the Toronto game was first. I'm sorry, I'm thinking back. I totally forgot that we I forgot, like, that's how bad these Kings are. I forgot that I had already covered that game. So it was actually it was the hold on real quick. Now I'm looking. These Kings been so dang bad. Okay. So, oh no, NBA, no, it's the man, yo, the NBA app is messing up on dates right now. Okay. We played we played the Raptors on Friday, and then we played Utah on Saturday. The Utah game is the game that sealed it. Sorry about that. So yeah, this was the game that sealed the deal. But he had already lost it at the Raptors game. The Raptors was that was a winnable game, and we got spanked. They were up as much as 30 on us, and I already covered that game, so you already know about that. So for then to come over to the Jazz game, and like it was just another loss in a row, And then at that point, that was what, 4 L's in a row. Let's take a look. One, two, three. Now that was 3 losses in a row. So that 3L, that third L in a row, and we had only won one game in the last 7. So we were 1-6 in that time. That was it. Bye-bye, Lukey. See you later, Lucas. Poopy Lukey has left the building. Of course, the fan threw up, and everybody talked about that, so I ain't got to talk about that. But yeah, Puke Walton was gone. Ding dong, the Luke is gone. And I've already put a coaching. I did a whole video on this already. I did that video before I did this recap. And really, it's like a eulogy for Luke Walton's coaching career. So you probably already seen it. If you haven't, go back and watch it. I know it's long. I meant for it to be long because everybody, for the most part, was all talking about the same things. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, we were pretty much venting at that point. We were pretty much just reacting to the shock, even though it wasn't a surprise. It was shocking. So we were acting to the shock, trying to discuss the future. But me and my buddy J.R. Schwab, a.k.a. Schwabito, we were talking about how we got up into that moment. So the beginning of Luke Walton's coaching career all the way into the death of it. And I mean his head coaching career, because he will get another coaching gig in the NBA. But I don't think he'll ever get another head coaching gig in the NBA unless he, again, makes it to associate head coach, and then that coach gets fired and he's the interim. But I think after the stink job that he did with the Los Angeles Lakers and then the puke job that he did here in Sacramento Kings, I'm hoping that all GMs are wise enough to never hire Luke Walton as a head coach in the NBA ever again. He probably could do better in college. I don't think it'll equal a whole lot more wins. I mean, got to be more than this. But if a good school who could attract good talent hired him, he could get some wins out of him, and he would definitely be a really good recruitment coach to have, because people love Luke. Luke is an awesome guy, super nice. Like, he handled all the stuff with poise and class and all of that. So I appreciate how he handled the heat while he was here in Sacramento. I have a lot of respect for Luke, and I'm sure. I mean, yeah, I'll probably want to hang out with Luke. I mean, if he's still around, like, I'll buy him a whatever adult beverage he wants. Like, I'll buy him. I got nothing personal against Luke Walton, but my Lord, was he just an awful head coach here and in Los Angeles. So that's the end of that. I'm just gonna wrap it up here. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Kings lose again. Jazz 123-105. Another bad game. Started off with energy, was matching energy. Ultimately got beat by a better team, and they started to give up towards the end, and it showed. Shots weren't dropping, wasn't converting. Even on some turnovers, weren't converting buckets. It's pretty much the normal thing. I mean, there's nothing new, so we ain't got to rehash all that stuff. But thank you for tuning in. Tabu Ohana got your back if you're looking for office chair, gaming chair, desk chair, any kind of chair. Nice leather seats. You got your front, back, and side to side, adjustable, all that stuff. You can lean back with it, all of that stuff. So TABUOHANA.com. Put in my discount code SKIPTC and get yourself an additional $40 off on some chairs that are already 45% off. Shout out to Computer Booter if you're looking for a gaming lounge, looking for an electronic repair shop, looking for a place to buy that gamer in your life. Some retro games, that gamer in your life, some current games, consoles, If you want snacks, some dope nerd culture merch, go check out Dave. He's my man, 100 grand. And I will be back with the next one. It's your boy Skip signing off. Peace, y'all.